Hello everyone, welcome back to Tesla Plays Lament of Innocence Magician Mode. So yeah, let's finish this place up. Yeah, I did a little bit of research into what this is going to do to me in terms of item collection, and yeah, it's not great, unfortunately. Now, in this room, there's a secret. There's a suspicious block that you're supposed to know to stand on for a moment. And it has the key. So yeah, we went ahead and got that, so now it's on to the third floor. Well, they're trying a little harder with the enemies, but not much. Let's see here. First, we're going to go north on this floor. And yeah, these demon enemies can be a little bit of a pain to hit, but otherwise not too bad. I think the only problem I have with Divine Cross is the fact that it doesn't last very long. You have to constantly reapply it in the midst of battle, which has proven to be a bit of a nuisance. I mean, it's good, it's just, you have to really make the most of your time with it. Thankfully, the later sub-weapon powers aren't that restrictive. Okay, this place is annoying, because it has a very fast crumbling bridge. This is a great place to farm these guys, though. The hangmen. Another high potion, jeez. Ow, knock it off. Ah, damn it. Oh, come on. Damn it. Okay, I'm about to just stop fighting you guys if it's gonna be like this. Because normally I do not have this kind of trouble with them. Yeah, there we go. You have to keep a lot of distance if you want to be completely safe, though. But yeah, they're probably not worth it, though. What you need to do is have the wolf's foot for this. You will not make it otherwise. Apparently someone has managed to cleverly stay down the bridge using exact frames, but I swear I have not been able to do that. Like, ever. The less HP you have, the greater the damage you inflict on your enemies. That's kind of nice to have. I am plenty beat up right now, so that would be kind of nice. It isn't showing your attack stat, but this thing will be very useful. Yeah, I kind of don't want to deal with you guys right now. Yeah, that's a lot of power. Use this alongside the Black Bishop, and your power is ridiculous at lower health. I think about half health, you're doing about 50% more damage on average than you would normally do. Which is kind of nice, not gonna lie. Let's see. Yeah, let's go back and heal, though, because we got a lot of rooms to still do. And I don't exactly trust my luck that much. Now for the bottom route. Now, this has lots of rooms in it. Okay, new sub-weapon. Oh, it's the one I've got. Go figure. Now, if you go over here, the wall is fake. And over here, you get the Arctic Ring. More resistant to ice attacks, huh? Well, that'll be useful later on. So, onwards to this room. Yeah, remember how I said I hated the Mad Divers? That's one reason. They can be very annoying to deal with when they keep diving into the ground. It's all a game of patience, really. And they can be a huge time waster. When the scorching statue is frozen, the defender will crumble. Yeah, now you know why we're going to be waiting a while to deal with that statue. We need two different types of whips to get rid of it. We have one, we do not have the other. And with the order that I usually go through, we won't for a while. see... Oh, you're dead. Well, that was convenient. I think the enemies can hurt each other, so that's convenient, if nothing else. There we go. Super potion. Full heal. Well, okay. If you want to be all cheap about it. Damn it. Okay, quit alternating, please. That's getting really old. Okay. Meth means death. E-meth means life. That's actually a hint towards the boss, believe it or not. You will understand very soon what the problem is. Okay. Damn it. Stop alternating. Fuck. That gets really old. MP packs. I can't use that. Oh well. There's not that many in the game. Now we have a rather involved puzzle room here. We pick it up? Yes. Let's put cakes. We put cream, perfectly ripe strawberry topping. Sounds delicious, but I'm probably never going to be using it. You have to hit the switch right here. And... yeah, that sounds kind of iffy. Okay. You want to wait for it to wear off so you have the full time here. Where's the block? Oh, it's over there, okay. Yeah, you want the full time for this, and I'm save stating. Because I do not trust my luck here. On crazy mode, this place is evil, by the way. They put freaking enemies everywhere in these blocks. Or rather, at the top of them. I mean, it's rude as fuck. Good lord. Now, when you go up here, E-tablet. Cool. You're probably thinking, okay, what's it for? Well, I did too at first, believe it or not. It took me forever to figure out what the correlation was. But it actually makes more sense than you'd think if you're an observant player, which I clearly wasn't. Yeah, one thing you learn about me is I usually require guides a lot to figure out trivialities. Because I literally cannot note the obvious when it's in front of me. Very often will I need help with that, and... well, I'm far from the only one that's like that. I did get mocked for it. Brutally. When I was a teenager playing video games, it was the PS1 era. I was made fun of heavily for my lack of foresight. when it comes to paying attention to context clues. Good lord, was I made fun of for that. I would never do that to someone else, but I was the target of it, though, and it hurt. Especially when I really felt like I wasn't allowed to be a casual gamer in those days, as the term would be called now, because they just expected players to be intelligent all the time and always know what to do. I almost didn't want to talk about my experiences at all online, but I did eventually meet friends online that were just like me and understood me, which thank God for that. I was in a bad place at the time, and it's a good thing I did meet people like me, because looking back, I don't know how I would have handled it, because it seemed like online discourse was everywhere with me, and I really didn't find anybody that really cared for such a long time. And even nowadays, my friends are like one of the few people I really trust to really talk about stuff very often. Now, here's what you need to do. There's something you need to know to examine over here. The word meth is carved into the wall. Now, when I first read this, I was like, is this gonna have to do with us, like, making meth or some shit? Why does it say that? But no, it's because a letter is missing. And I eventually was like, oh, we're supposed to know to put it into this. Okay, well, great. Like, thanks for telling me, game. The people are like, well, if you would have examined the room really closely, you would have seen a suspicious spot. You can't blame the game. I'm like, yes, I can. That's in the corner over there. What, you think I was just supposed to assume that was suspicious? But yeah. This is what you need to do to fight the boss, believe it or not. You need to collect a key item first. Starts a little cutscene here, and we need to fight us a stone golem now. And boy, is this thing annoying to fight, because you can only attack him in the head, for one thing. You need to jump with the shockwave when he causes one. Typically speaking, you want to wait for him to do a specific move, since it makes him a lot easier to hit. But unfortunately, he's probably not going to be doing that. Ow. Also, I need to get my... Damn it! Proper relic out. There we go. Yeah, this guy can be very annoying. Oh wait, never mind. I'm thinking of something else. Never mind. Ignore me. And wow, I'm doing terrible. Honestly, right now, he looks like he's kind of easy, since I can do so much damage. But... oh shit, I didn't save state? Really? I could have sworn I did. Yeah, I could have sworn I save stated. Did it not go through? Then again, it's not the first time I've had that happen to me, where the button press didn't work. I really don't know what's up with that, personally. It's like my emulator sometimes just doesn't, like, register the press. The save state button press, and I've had a couple moments where that's really costed me too. Where I just assume the save state went through. I'm like, sheesh, man. Okay, at least it doesn't take too long to get back over here, but yeah. Yeah, this boss can be a bit of a pain in the ass to hit, because his moves have some freaking range, man. I really don't feel like you're safe. So, oftentimes it feels more like a stamina fight. Like, you hit, he hits you, you hit him, and it's really more about who goes down first. That's how it feels, anyway. Nope, damn it. Wrong freaking relic. There we go. I hate that stupid shockwave, because it can paralyze you. Yeah, like that. At least we've almost got him. Or you would think, anyway. But you'd be wrong about that. Yeah, if that's all it took, then it would be easy. This is the one I was thinking of. This is the one we want to wait for him to do that. Damn it. Now we got him. Whew. Jeez. Yeah, a bit step up in difficulty from the first boss, that's for sure. So, what's up with this one? Double cross? Okay, sure. I'm okay with that.
Welcome back. What would you like?
Oh, there is another one for sale so soon. Cool.
Is this okay? Like anything else?
I would if you would sell more stuff, buddy.
Something else instead.
Okay. So you can buy 9 of these. But really, for the most part, I really don't think these are useful. And it all comes down to the way this game is made. Oh boy, I haven't really talked about that yet.
Anything else? Come back anytime.
Sure thing. But yeah, everything is handled through the active time menus. Everything is. You want to use an item? Fuck you. You can't do that. Nope. They're not gonna let you do that. As a matter of fact, this whole system really feels like it's a way to arbitrarily make the game harder. I really don't understand the logic with that. I'm gonna reorganize my items here. That looks about right. Yeah, so. But yeah, everything is handled through the real-time menus. You can't just heal from the menu, you have to do it in the midst of battle, which is not only obnoxious, but due to how all the menus are combined together, you might have to go through several cycles just to get to this, which is annoying. And I'm not the only one that thinks so either. I remember when this game came out, people decried the real-time action menus as just being really bad. To the point to where people, like, really lowered the review score a lot for that alone. Like, they said, this game might have been a 7 out of 10 for me, but the real-time action menus makes it more of a 5, because it just doesn't feel intuitive, it just feels lazily put together. And you had people that would try to defend it, saying, oh, you just need to get better at using it, like, get good, stuff like that. But it didn't really work for many fans. They're like, no, why should I? Most games are not going to be this restrictive when it comes to the item system. And it's for good reason. It's so dumb. And sure enough, it was. I remember when I was trying to get used to the game, I tried to rely on surviving without using items for the most part, because I was afraid I wouldn't get to them in time when I really needed them. And I usually couldn't. Usually, unless I made sure my healing items were always, like, right here when I pressed the button, then usually I would not heal in time. So it was definitely a problem. So here's where my typical play style is going to get me in trouble, though. I'm not going to do it right now, because we're already 20-something minutes in, and this is going to take a little bit. But this is where my choice of going through areas is going to cost me. Because if I wanted to make the most out of my item collection, I would go here first. Because you get a key that gives you a great item in here. The problem is that that place is one of the hardest in terms of difficulty. One of them. I think Ghostly Theater is intended to be the last one. You'll understand why when we do it. But oh, brother. I did equip the armor, right? Yeah, I did, okay. So we're at 10 defense now. Which is nice, because that just means I won't have to worry about getting to low HP as often. Now, one thing I will say against this game, and I really feel like they should have thought about this, you can't switch sub-weapons at will. Like, if you leave the dungeons, you can't, like, change sub-weapons and stuff. You have to go into dungeons to do that, until much later in the game. That is not right. Like, no, that's dumb. Why? There should be a room somewhere in the castle where you can pick which sub-weapon you want. The idea that you can't, especially because of the orb system, is lame as shit. Because depending on which sub-weapon you want, you might have to go neck deep into a dungeon area to get the one you want, depending on how close it is to the entrance. And that is not cool. Whew. And unfortunately, that problem will stay consistent through all these playthroughs. Since there's not really a whole lot I can do about it. It's certainly gonna make shooter mode a pain, I'll say that much. But still, for what it's worth, though, I don't exactly think, for me, it's going to be a huge issue. Because, for the most part, the shooter mode run is going to be very heart sufficient. You'll understand why when we get there, but but the current way I'm playing this mode, I don't really have to rely on sub-weapons as much. However, I will be off-screen playtesting certain sub-weapons to see which one I'm most happy with right now. Because for all practical purposes, I'm very fussy when it comes to certain sub-weapons for orbs that I've got. Very fussy about that. There's only a few types that I'm madly in love with when it comes to effect, so I'm gonna go ahead and off-screen seeing what's up with that. And then we'll pick up next time. Thank you guys for watching. I will talk to you later. See ya.